Top 10 figures from the Batman the Animated Series Heroclix set coming right up. Mr. Clicksflix is brought to you by Lucky Dice Cafe out of Huntsville, Alabama, home of the ROC. No matter if in the United States or around the world, Lucky Dice Cafe has a winning role for all your gaming needs. You can visit them at luckydicecafé.com or on their Facebook page using the link found in the description of this video. Alright guys, so it's that time again. We are doing another Heroclix Top 10 video. This time we are featuring the top 10 best figures, at least in my opinion, from the Batman the Animated Series set. So these are in no particular order. I will be leaving the chases out of this thing because it would just be, basically, however many there were, 8 or 10 of them would all be the top 10 because you can apply them to your force for free. They're going to be in a separate video that's just going to be on the chases and how to use them. But for right now, let's flip this on over and take a look at the top 10 figures for the set. Alright, so here we are at HC Realms in their unit section once again. And here we are. We are going to start this list off with number 005, the Suited Henchman. He's on here not because he's particularly good. In fact, I don't actually care for this figure really at all. The only reason he's on this list is because he is the cheapest way to be able to add an ID card to your force. So for 5 points, you can add an ID card. So that's why he's on this list. Next up on this list, we have Clock King, the Prime, number 17B. He's 40 points, has the Gotham City, Underworld, and Suicide Squad keywords, has improved movement, ignores elevated, has a special on his movement, and a trait. The trait is, your time is coming to an end, Mr. Mayor. At the beginning of your turn, choose one, generate a time bomb marker, maximum 3. Within the 6 squares, or remove a time bomb marker and give each opposing character within 2 squares of it an action token. So that's really cool, and that's actually pretty much why he's on this list, is because it's in cap without really having a roll. Now you don't get to assign them basically a 3rd action token and give them an extra push, but it is nice to be able to deny action economy for an opponent, and there's no way for them to destroy the clock, the time bombs or anything like that. So it's a really cool thing to be able to do. And then the special on the movement is just like clockwork. Sidestep. When Clock King he can use improved movement, ignores characters. So pretty cool there. Auto breakaway, has an outwit, has precision strike, but you're not going to be using them for anything like that. He's going to outwit and he's going to give out action tokens. And for 40 points, this guy's really good. So coming up next on this list, we have Renee Montoya, number 18 from the set. She's 30 points, has the PD team ability, 5 range, single target, special on her movement, and that special is, this is a crime scene, I'll need statements. Sidestep. Opposing characters within 3 squares in line of fire must roll for breaking away when moving as if they were adjacent to Renee Montoya. They can still automatically break away. So it's pretty cool. It's sort of like a low-key Lashina from Harley Quinn and the Gotham City Girls. Maybe slap a symbiote on her, and I think she's got some real potential. She does have enhancement and the PD team ability, so whoever she's next to, she's really going to be able to help them out. That's why I put her on this list. I just really like that combo. Next on this list, we have Lex Luthor. He's on here for a couple different reasons. He's got 2 traits and a special on his damage. The first trait is Diplomatic Immunity. Lex Luthor takes a maximum of 1 damage as long as he's adjacent to a friendly character. That is abusable as all get out. He's only 4 clicks long, but when you stop and think about it, they're going to have to waste 4 separate attacks. So basically, one whole Wolverine and then another Wolverine is going to have to blow one of his on him if they want to take him out. The other one is, who do you really think's in charge here? Lex Luthor can't. Characters can't choose Lex Luthor when using Mastermind. That just makes sense. They don't want him to get too broken, too silly. And then his special on his damage is President. Do you know how much power I would have to give up to become President? Leadership, Outwit, Perplex. So you get 3 of some of the best support powers in the game. He has Scientist and Politician keywords, which are pretty decent. Scientist is probably the best one out of the keywords he has. But just the only taking 1 damage if he's adjacent to somebody, and then those 3 damage powers are just really phenomenal. Next up on this list, we have Batgirl, Shadow of the Bat. This is a title character, and she is on here because she is the second coming of Sam Cap. She is 70 points, has the Batman ally team ability, 4 range dual target. Starts off with nothing really too amazing. Has probability control, has indomitability, has improved movement, ignores elevated and hindering, and then she has her title abilities. So her first one is a -1, which is have speed, move as a free, so that's pretty cool. Her other one is let's see what Batgirl can do, outwit when Batgirl uses it. After resolution, she can charge at no cost, but can only attack the character she targeted with outwit. Now this is really good. That means you can carry her all the way across the field with a bunch of different characters. And then target somebody with outwit. You don't have to be able to outwit them, so even somebody with power cosmic, it just, you know, you can target them, and it's just not, you target them with the outwit, they just don't have anything outwitted, but then you can still attack them. So that's really good there. And then her third one, her -3, isn't really that, it's not the showstopper for me. The showstopper for me is the -2, but her -3 is looks like jail time for you bozos. Free, make a close attack targeting each opposing character within range and line of fire, regardless of adjacency. Instead of normal damage, hit targets are given an action token, and that is pretty cool there. She starts with 2 plot points. I'm wondering if HC Realms has this messed up a little bit, and her -1 is really a +1, because there's almost always a plus, and why would they have a start her off with 2 plot points but have one where she needs 3? So anyway, if you guys have that card in front of you, I do have this figure, but not in front of me. Go ahead and put in the comments below what her actual plot points are for her pluses and minuses, just to help everybody out. Next up on this list, we have Satana, number 61 in the set. She is good at both point values, although oddly enough for me, I like her better at her maximum point line, which is 75 points. I almost always go for the lesser point line, but I feel like her special on her attack is worth the extra 25 points. So she has Mystic's team ability, 6 range single target, 7 movement with sidestep, special on her attack, special on her damage, and she has a trait. Her trait is Justice League Unlimited. At the beginning of your turn, roll a d6. On the result of a 6, remove an action token from another friendly character with the Justice League keyword. That's 100 points or less. So pseudo leadership. So that's pretty cool there, without really being leadership. So you're going to be able to take off, you know, extra action tokens. Her special on her attack is Magic Powers and Showmanship, Penetrating Psychic Blast, Telekinesis, free, generate a Bat Bystander. Maximum 2. So these Bat Bystanders aren't really too special. They have 2 movement with sidestep. They also have shape change, and they have enhancement, which is their big thing. They have enhancement. They are tiny sized. So really, when you take a look at Satana, just assume she has a 4 damage and she can help other people. The special on her damage is what's with the backwards speak, perplex, and probability control. So Satana, for 75 points out of the gate, can have an 11 attack for 4 damage with Psychic Blast and TK. I'd say that's pretty good. She's able to TK your friendly characters around. If need be, TK a bat out after she makes it. She's just a really good support piece. I think she's going to be really well thought of by a lot of people. She has the celebrity keyword, which is actually one that I really like. I think it's a very underrated keyword right now. And mystical, which is always, as long as I've been playing, been a very powerful keyword. After that, we have Gray Ghost, number 59. I have him in here at 75 points. Again, odd for me, but I like the higher point value. He has 2 traits and a special on his damage. His first trait is Tough Silver Screen Idol. At the beginning of the game, you may choose a character on your force named Batman or Bruce Wayne. If you do, the Gray Ghost and the chosen character's attack rolls of 3, double 3s, double 4s, double 5s, and double 6s are critical hits. Now, I have the last couple videos talked about how I think there are a few things in this set that set up the con exclusive Batman, the Jim Gordon Batman bot, as something that's going to be really good, and I think this is one of them. So basically, any double that's not a crit miss or double 2s is going to help you out. I think that's really key. Then there's, hey, we don't need more extras on the scene. While Gray Ghost is on the map, characters can't generate bystanders if a bystander of that name is already on the map. If a character generates multiple bystanders at once, they can generate the first one. So that's really awesome there, because there's a lot. The meta right now is on the brink of being a pog spawning meta, so this guy's going to help you combat that. Right now, like, mudmen are really popular, so you're not going to be able to stop multiple mudmen, but if somebody wants to run, you know, a few Groots, you're going to be able to stop that. And then his special on his damage is Discover Your Fiendish Plot and Foil It, Outwit, Perplex. Two of the best damage powers in the game. Has Batman ally team ability. Like I said, has that celebrity, detective, and police keywords. I'd say celebrity and police are probably his strongest keywords. I just like this guy a lot. I think he's going to be big coming up. And like I said, keep an eye on that con exclusive Batman. I think there's a bunch of stuff that pairs nicely with it. Next up here we have the Ventriloquist. He's on here basically just for his object, which is Scarface, and it grants energy explosion with a minimum 4 range. And that's basically it. There wasn't anywhere on HC Realms to select just the objects, so he's here. But we will go through the figure itself. He's actually not too bad. 40 points Batman enemy team ability. And then he has one trait, which is he starts the game with the object Scarface equipped. If the Ventriloquist has Scarface equipped, he can use Leadership and Mastermind. When the Ventriloquist uses Leadership and succeeds, instead of removing an action token, you can generate a suited Henchman. And then, you know, you got to roll for the Henchman's trait. And then his other trait is you would swear they were 2 separate people. When the Ventriloquist would take damage from an attack, you may choose to unequip the Scarface object to take a maximum of 1 damage instead. So that's pretty cool there. But for 40 points, he brings you Leadership, you know, potential to soak up damage, and he has energy explosion with 4 range because of Scarface. So, but like I said, he's just on this list for Scarface. Next up on this list, similar to the Ventriloquist, we have Bane. He's on here just for his Venom Harness, which gives +1 to all your stats and optional Battle Fury. And then you roll a d6, and on a 1 through 3, you take 1 damage. That to me is just a really stellar thing. That's going to be one of the better objects moving forward that you can have on your force. But we're going to go ahead and talk about Bane. He's 100 points, which is a little pricey for me for just an up-close beat stick. Batman enemy team ability. He has improved movement, ignores blocking, and then destroys it after he moves through it. Starts the game with the Venom Harness equipped. When he hits, special on his attack is when Bane hits 1 or more characters with a close attack, hit characters modify their attack and damage values -1 until your next turn. And then his special on his damage is observe how my opponent thinks and fights. Outwit, but only to target a character with 1 or more action tokens. Bane has protected Outwit, but only against characters that have 1 or more action tokens. So he does have a limited protected Outwit. Has his Outwit. You know, with that Venom pump, you know, his first stat line is 11, 12, 19, 4, which isn't bad. That's actually pretty decent, but again, you just want this figure so that you can have the Venom pump. Alright, and rounding out this list, we have Commissioner Barbara Gordon, number 20 in the set. 35 points, PD team ability, 5 range single target. Has the Batman family, future, Gotham City, and police keyword. That police keyword is pretty good. She has a special on her attack and a special on her damage. Her special on her attack is incapacitate power. Friendly characters with police keyword within range can use improved targeting, hindering this turn. So she grants ignores hindering if you give her power action, which is phenomenal. That's basically why she ended up on this list. And then her special on her damage is following in Jim's footsteps, leadership, and enhancement. Enhancement with PD team ability, I just really like. And then she also grants the improved targeting, ignores hindering terrain. Alright guys, so that rounds out this top 10 list. Let me know what you think in the comments below of my list. Give me some of your picks as well. I really like seeing that stuff in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, give it a share. It really helps keep me motivated to make these videos. That's all I have for you today. As always, please remember that it's only critical miss if you don't have probability control.